Hey, welcome to the vlog. I'm just looking out my window here at my hotel room in Whistler. I just played at Black's Pub here in Whistler last night. It was my last real touring gig of 2019. Pretty fitting because almost a year ago to the day, last November, I played at that exact pub, and it was my first touring gig ever, my first gig outside of the Lower Mainland. And I remember staying in a hotel after that gig and feeling so cool, being Mr. Musician in a hotel room. Okay, to be brutally honest with you, when I do gigs out in Whistler, my family makes it a trip, so they get a hotel room, so I don't have to pay for it. It's awesome. But yeah, just being in a hotel room in Whistler just for a gig of my own was like just such a cool experience. And now I get to do it again to close out this year's touring festivities. Oh joy. And now to make the trip back home to Maple Ridge. Oh boy. It's actually a nice day today, so hopefully I'll actually get some cool shots this time. Back home. What an amazing drive that is down the Sea to Sky Highway. I've been able to do it a few times now, just in my touring. It's been awesome. I figure this is as good a time as any to look back over all of the awesome touring that I have done in 2019. It's been an insane year for me, and it's not done. I've still got some Lower Mainland shows to play before this year is through. And I got so much planned for 2020 that it's just going to be insane. But yeah, I've done sort of 3 legs of touring this year. The first one was back in May. My first touring I ever did, so my first gigs outside of the Lower Mainland ever were actually last November, in November of 2018, as I previously mentioned. I actually started in Whistler at Black's Pub, and then I did one more gig over in Creston, BC, way out in Creston. That gig was actually a year ago yesterday, so I've been a touring musician for a year now. That's pretty crazy. I then did one other one-off touring show in Nanaimo in February of this year, also before I started this vlog. I started this vlog on May 1st, just in time for me to launch my first ever tour. I toured with Leenie, Bennett, starting May 4th in Gibsons, BC, on the Sunshine Coast, and we went all across the Sunshine Coast. We did lots of stuff on Vancouver Island and played some of the Gulf Islands as well. Had an amazing time. From there we went to the interior, Kamloops, Kelowna, Salmon Arm. Even played a wedding in Kelowna. That was amazing. The concert in Kamloops was a house concert. And we also did a house concert at my cousin's house in Salmon Arm on that tour. That was amazing. Videos for all of these stops of my tour in 2019 are all available here on my YouTube channel. I don't mean full videos of my concerts, I mean I've been vlogging every day throughout this, and I've recently set up some playlists. You should really check out my playlists. I have playlists for everything from each tour I've ever done. You can just watch my touring videos. You can just watch my videos of my record collection if you want, if you're a dork like me and want to watch that. Rock and roll history vlogs, historical places I've visited vlogs, my local gigs, my open mics, my career discussion. They all have their own playlist now on my channel, so check those out. But yeah, if I've even watched my playlist of my first tour just to kind of, I haven't watched it all the way through, but just to kind of go back and relive those days. This vlog is a great way for me to share my memories. I mean, not to share my memories, but to also relive my own memories through watching my old videos. But yeah, so, and then after that, Leenie and I did one last show in Whistler at Black's Pub before the end of that tour. Then I did some local lower mainland stops, and then I did a couple of one-offs in July, or just one one-off in Nelson at a place called The Royal. But while I was over there, I also stopped into Cusp, visited family, and had a great time. And then on August 15th of this year, Leenie and I went back out and we hit the road again, playing some of the same spots that we visited on Vancouver Island and on the Sunshine Coast, and some of the Gulf Island shows. A couple of those shows were just solo for me, and then I also did a gig at the Duncan Showroom, which I played at twice this year. I did a gig at the Duncan Showroom. The first time was back in May with Leenie, and then I came back in August with Ryan Barnes, who's awesome, by the way. Yeah, and then that was that tour. More local gigs in September. And then in October, I just did something crazy, and I toured Alberta for the first time. I increased my geographical range, so to speak. I did one BC gig on that leg of the tour as well in Fernie, and then I also performed in Calgary, Red Deer, and Jasper, as well as I visited Edmonton. Didn't have a show in Edmonton, but I was able to visit there. It was awesome. And then I did a couple more interior gigs in Kelowna, Kamloops, and Salmon Arm. Had an awesome time doing that, and that pretty much ended my touring gigs, with the exception, of course, of last night's sort of coda to this tour in Whistler. Yeah, it's been insane. I got lots of gigs planned for November, December, January, with many more to be announced in the coming days. Just you wait, there's going to be a lot of stuff announced. I previously announced on this channel that in April/May, I'm going to be a part of the Via Rail Artists on Board series, which means I'm going to ride the rails from Vancouver to Toronto, hopefully book some gigs for Toronto, and then ride on back to Vancouver. It'll be, I believe, 4, maybe 5 days each way. Going to be crazy, and it's going to be only the beginning of my epic plans for 2020. So cool that I've been able to do this. It's surpassed my expectations for this year, for sure. I'm also going to spend this winter doing a lot of practicing, getting my performances even better, writing some new songs, maybe even getting a couple things recorded. We shall see. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching this vlog throughout this tour. It's really been great. This has really been a good outlet for showing you guys what it's like to be out on the road, and I plan on doing a whole lot more of that. Thank you so much for watching, not only today, but every day. You can check out the description for a full list of all my upcoming concert dates, as well as links to where you can find my music where it is sold or streamed online. Like this video if you liked what you saw. Subscribe to this channel if you've been enjoying my videos, and you can even ring the notification bell every time. I didn't say that right. I do this spiel so much that sometimes I trip over my own words and I forget what I'm saying. You can ring the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, which will be tomorrow, and most days for the foreseeable future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you with another new vlog tomorrow. See you then.